Hello my darlings, I hope you're doing amazing today and welcome to my channel, welcome to another video and welcome to a new series that I decided to do on this channel. It has been highly requested and I'm finally doing it, and that is going to be shop or drop. So every month or so I will be releasing a video about new fragrances coming up to the market and my initial opinion on them, whether you should shop or drop. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video, but before we do, please do not forget to subscribe guys once again, and of course follow me on Instagram. So guys, I will be going through the list I made on my computer with all the new releases that are mostly worth at least looking into, and I will tell you my opinion on them. There is quite a bit of releases this year and this season, so we have a lot to talk about. And speaking of new releases guys, I have something to tell you that I wanted to talk to you about for the longest time, and I finally can say it out loud. I will be releasing my own fragrance. Can we stop for a second? Can we stop for a second? I have been on YouTube for not even 2 years, I think, or like somewhere around 2 years, and to have this in motion is just incredible for me. And even though before I started YouTube I did have a career as a lawyer, but this is like nothing I would do as a lawyer would come close to the happiness that this gives me. So I think I am on the right path, and this only showed me that I am on the right path. The opportunity to do it is only a confirmation for me that I did the right thing. Career-wise. So I'm very happy guys. You have no idea how happy I am. I had to hide my excitement from you since January. This has been something that we have been working on for a long time now. It's been over 6 months. So I am collaborating with Navitus Parfum, and if you do not know Navitus yet, guys, what are you doing? Have you slept throughout the whole winter? I don't know, but this is like the most exquisite niche perfume brand. They use the best ingredients on the market possible, and also they work with the best master perfumers in the industry. Think of Francis Kurjan, think of so many guys, so many. I cannot even think of at the top of my head, but there are so many people that have worked with Navitus, and the creations are just exquisite. The fragrances, I speak about them very often, and a lot of them are in my top 10 for life fragrances in my collection. So to be able to work with Navitus is really a dream come true for everyone who does what I do, because you can only expect great quality and nothing but the best. So I'm getting emotional for the first time in 7 months, because this is the first time I could speak about it on a camera and say it all out loud. Of course, I have been talking about it with the Navitus team and with my closest friends and family, but you know, to say it in front of the camera is a completely different experience. So I cannot tell you that much more just yet. I do not have the bottle with me yet. Everything is in production at the moment, but we will be launching soon. So I think you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love it. I created something that is 100% me, but also 100% you. So that was the most important for me, that not only I love it, but you guys love it. Of course, as it is always with Navitus, we used only the best ingredients possible. Everything is natural. And of course, we worked with the best master perfumer. Of course, the police is coming now. Yeah, even they are excited. We have also collaborated with one of the best master perfumers in the industry. I will tell you more about it later. I will surely do many dedicated videos to the whole process. I really want to take you through the whole process of the creation as well, so you can expect that video as well. It is definitely worth documenting and showing you guys how it is backstage, literally. And you know, for the upcoming months, I can only hope you guys will love it. And this is my dream. So fingers crossed. This is the release that is coming up. I will again tell you more in upcoming videos. I will keep sharing more and more and more about it, but you can expect a release from me. So yes, guys, I think this is gonna be a very likable fragrance, but also exquisite and interesting and just yeah, that's all I can say. That's all I can say right now. So let's move on. There are actually some other releases from Navitus that just dropped. Literally, I just got an email. And let me tell you quickly about them, because I still have active discount code on the whole Navitus website. So it's always worth to get things when they are at the pre-sale. So we have 3 new fragrances that have been launched with Bowtie Fragrance Guy here on YouTube. He also collaborated with them in the past. We have 3 fragrances, Eau de Debonaire, which is composed by JULIANN'S, and it is a fresh, sophisticated scent. And it opens with Sicilian bergamot, Madagascan pink pepper, and Italian petitgrain, so definitely a citrusy one. Then we have jasmine zambac, Indian tuberose, orange flower, and lavender. And then we have silky musk and benzoin, ambroxan, and also oak musk. So this is how the bottle looks like. I'll of course insert the picture for you on the screen as well, but this is a gorgeous green bottle. So this is Eau de Debonaire. Then we have Sartorial Nuit. This is how it looks like. It's in the orange bottle. And this is created by Sydney Lancesseur. And this is also the person that I worked with. And Sartorial Nuit is a sexy, seductive fragrance. We have tonka. We have bergamot, lavender, clary sage, orange blossom, South American tonka bean, and cedarwood, sandalwood, vanilla, and musk. Sartorial Nuit will definitely be a beautiful aromatic gourmand, I would say, from the note structure. Definitely some aromatic and fresh accords with a beautiful woody, very sweet dry down, I'm assuming. And the last one, we have Divine Aphrodisiac, which is in a red bottle. And it's also created by Sydney. And we have Indian Sesame, Bitter Almond, Cinnamon, Moroccan Iris Butter, and Peanut Butter Accord. I mean, guys, like, I'm already salivating like a little piggy. Then we have Praline, Coffee, Vetiver, and another type of vetiver. And they currently have a limited time lunch promotion with up to 40% off. So guys, check out the website. My links will also be below for you. All 3 to me are definitely a shop as soon as you can, because now they have the best deals at the moment. So that is from Navitus. I'm gonna shut up about Navitus now. Okay, let's move on to the fragrances that I also wanted to talk about, those new releases that are definitely interesting. one way or the other. First of all, we've got Viktor and Rolf Good Fortune, and I probably should also mention another Viktor and Rolf that has been already released but still this year, but I'll get to that in a second. So Good Fortune to me is nothing interesting. This is another jasmine vanilla, something along the lines of Libre from YSL. To me, to be honest, even the bottle, it seems nice, like it seems a little bit like clairvoyant and full of amethyst, which is actually my stone. But for some reason, I'm really not digging that. To me, it's just the nose structure. It's just not that interesting, guys. You know, like all those jasmine-y, vanilla floral fragrances there is so many of these on the market these days. Here we have gentiana, fennel, jasmine and vanilla. So again, note structure not too complex. I'm sure they did hide a lot of notes, but you know, still, guys, I don't know, but I must review it properly probably, but for the moment, to me, for the price point, this is a drop. So that is that. And another Viktor and Rolf that I need to talk about, because I haven't talked about it completely on my channel and I got questions, is Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid. And this is described as a vanilla fragrance mainly. We've got some peach, some vine, orchid and vanilla bean in the dry down. And I must say, guys, this is definitely something to consider if you like the original Flowerbomb, but maybe that patchouli was a little bit too much for you, like in my case. I do like Flowerbomb. I used to wear it a ton when I was younger, but that patchouli didn't really, you know, do it for me most of the time. So in that case, I would say definitely consider it and do shop. I do love an orchid note. This is an imaginary note, but you know, I really like it in fragrances. So I think that if you really love Flowerbomb range, then shop. But if you want something interesting, drop. I know maybe that's not very helpful, but if you like those very sweet vanillas, I think you're gonna like it, but I don't consider this fragrance anything super special or super interesting. So again, for all the fans of Flowerbomb, try it, but otherwise I would say drop. All right, next one, we've got Fame by Paco Rabanne, and it has super tacky bottle. In my opinion, it's slightly inspired by Audrey Hepburn. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is like the modern version of Audrey Hepburn and the vibe that it gives me. And it is considered as tropical woody fruity fragrance. And we have mango, sandalwood, olibanum, jasmine and vanilla. So when it comes to mango fragrances, I think they are interesting in general. And we do not have that many that are really spectacular. There was an angel flanker that's not available anymore, that was mango based. Of course, we've got mango skin by Wilhelm Perfumery, and now we finally have a strong mango fragrance that has been released from a designer house. So I would say actually shop, because you know, I personally love those tropical fragrances, especially when they have a good, like proper good woody base. I would say with Fame from Paco Rabanne, shop it, guys. The bottle's tacky, but I think the fragrances actually might be quite interesting. Alright guys, next we've got another Olympia flanker, and that is Olympia Solaire. And I must say, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get it. But then I realized that is actually an intense version, like Eau de Parfum Intense. So I kind of changed my viewing of it, and it is considered as white floral and citrus mainly, and we do indeed have a lot of citruses. We also have tiare flower, solar notes, ylang ylang and benzoin. With this fragrance, as far as I know, it is quite long lasting, and it is quite similar to the fragrances that I personally love, like Dolce Gabbana, Sandy Jeulia from Armani that has been discontinued. Also slightly similar to Coco Vanille by Mancera that I personally love. So I think with Olympia Solaire, I think shop again. I would say shop, because if you love those tropical, beautiful, sandy-like fragrances that I love them too, I think you're gonna like it. And it's surely not salty, so if you were bothered by the saltiness of the original Olympia, I think this one you might actually love. So Olympia Solaire, shop. Next fragrance that I have here for you, it's definitely very hyped up at the moment online, and that is new La Belle Fleurte Terrible. So with that one, the notes are actually interesting. We've got some iris here, but I sniffed it, and I must say there are surely many hidden notes that are not disclosed on Fragrantica and on the main page from Jean Paul Gaultier. With La Belle Fleurte Terrible, this is definitely a nice summer addition to the range. As you guys know, I love La Belles, but they're definitely not that summer appropriate. They're definitely heavier, very sweet, very, very oomph on vanilla. So, you know, they're not that summer appropriate, especially when we have heat wave. With Fleur Terrible, we have beautiful bottle. Unfortunately, I heard many times that it doesn't last that long. However, I would say if it is available in your country, because I know it's also an issue with availability of that fragrance. I know in Poland and probably most Europe it will be available on Notino. I think this one probably would be worth getting if you really love La Belle range. For me personally, it is a drop, and that is just because I'm very, very happy with my La Belle range that I have, with those two that I have, and I have so many tropical fragrances that I do not need one that comes from the La Belle range, if you know what I mean. If I were to choose, I would definitely go for Olympia Solaire, or any other, you know, beachy fragrance that is being released or has been released this year. I would say La Belle, drop. I would say it's a drop. All right, speaking of all those, you know, coconutty, solar fragrances that I think is worth getting, is the newest Alien Goddess Intense. And this one is advertised as the darker, less coconutty, more woody, more jasmine-y version. So it kind of feels like to me they did listen to the consumers and the, you know, bombarding of comments saying that it's nowhere near Alien, it shouldn't be Alien. I said it myself, if I love the fragrance, but, you know, let's be honest, it should not be named Alien. So they released the intense version. Of course, many times such things are money grabs, but in this case, I would say I would shop it. I would shop it, and I will review it soon. I already have it in my basket. Just because I am really hoping that the intense version will be, you know, a little bit more into that Alien vibe, with the strength, with the woodiness, with the jasmine. We'll see. But to me, all the intense versions are usually definitely interesting when I look at fragrance releases, so this one is definitely a shop for me. So if you are on a fence, again with La Belle, I would definitely go with the new Goddess. So yes, for me, Goddess Intense is a shop. Okay, now a little bit of niche. We have another fragrance that has just been released. I just received a sample of it. I will be getting a full bottle of it very, very soon. I think it will arrive next week. So I will film a whole review as soon as I can. But this is a new release from Cabanel, one of my favorite niche brands. And this is called Poo Sale, so the salty skin. And this is a marine salty fragrance. We've got salt, coconut water, frangipani, jasmine, driftwood, tonka, and mineral notes. And I must say, guys, this fragrance is incredible, just incredible. This is exactly how I described it and how Fragrantica describes it, which rarely happens. That's 100% accurate. It is fresh, mineral, watery. It feels like you fell into the ocean on a very, very hot day, holding a coconut in your hands. This is the blend that you would get, and your skin is a little bit sweaty, so there's a little bit that mineral salt going on your armpit. This is what it is, but in the best way possible, guys, in the best way possible. Of course, I'm kidding, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. To me, it's 100% unisex. It's a beautiful, fresh fragrance, but it has so many gorgeous facets. Cabanel always does amazing fragrances, no matter if they're freshies or darkies. They're always very interesting. There's always so many facets to a fragrance that they create, and this one is no exception. Definitely one of the more interesting and unique smelling summer fragrances that I've smelled. It smells incredible on my boyfriend. By the way, he fell in love with it, which rarely happens. I give him so many fragrances every month and he's never like that excited. And the sample came and he was like, I want this, I want this, I want this. So, you know, it speaks for itself. I think this is a great fragrance to share between a man and a woman. Of course, you know, all fragrances are unisex to me, but this one in particular is going to be perfect on any gender, any age, any sex. Gorgeous, gorgeous, fresh marine fragrance. If you like that kind of stuff, which you guys know I'm all about, I think Poo Sale is going to be fantastic. So that is that. Definitely a shop. And what I must say, I only have a sample, but I've tested it a couple of times already and it lasts forever. So that's great. Whew. All right, guys. Next that we have here is two fragrances from Byredo, and they have been released quite a while ago, and that is Vanille Antique and De Los Santos. So De Los Santos is inspired by Dia de los Muertos, and it has a great vibe to it in general. It's a beautiful homage to that day and that you know, festivity in general. So I think the whole concept of the fragrance really, really gets me. Like, I'm here for it. And this is definitely a darker fragrance, but I think it's actually a good thing because maybe for once a Byredo will last on your skin. It is considered musky, amber and aromatic fragrance. We've got sage, of course we've got sage, duh. We've got Mirabelle Plum and Orris, and we've got some musk and olibanum and ambroxan. So this one does have a chance to actually last on your skin, and that's why I would say this is a shop. This is a shop for me. Even though, of course, the price is hectic as usual, I would say this one, De Los Santos, compra. Compra, querida, compra. So that is the first one. And then we have this vanilla one, which is called Vanille Antique. And this to me also seems like it might really last well. And this has plum, musk, it has white woods, labdanum, amber and vanilla. And with labdanum, guys, you do have to consider the fact that labdanum very often runs very masculine. But in this case, I see that people compare it to silky woods from Goldfield and Banks, but they do also compare it to my most hated fragrance in the world, which is La Tafaragba. But I think this fragrance is interesting on its own. I think it's worth checking out. Again, because of the notes that are here, it might be very, very long lasting. I can see that some people also compare it to Kayali Vanilla. So I'm sure that it will have a lot of sweeter facets, but also a strong wood and very Middle Eastern ambery base. Which is definitely my cup of tea. So I would say these two, the new releases from Byredo, is a shop. I do already have them in my basket online, so I'm still debating, but I will probably purchase both of them. So this is the new release bunch of Byredo. Then we have Carolina Herrera, A Very Good Girl Glam, and I told you quite a bit about it already. To me, it is another cherry fragrance because now everybody's hyping cherry, so you know everybody's releasing cherry. Maybe me too. Who knows? But Very Good Girl Glam actually was not my favorite. To me, it's a little bit too artificial smelling. If you are to get any Very Good Girl, get the original version, not the glam one. So that would be a drop for me. Then we've got Scandale de Parfum from Jean Paul Gaultier. So we have another Jean Paul Gaultier, and this one actually sounds very, very interesting, I must say. I'm a little bit tired of that whole range and all those scandals that have been released in the past. I still have two of them. I like them, but you know, I'm a little bit tired in general. And this fragrance, however, is a caramelly salty fragrance with vanilla and jasmine. So this one might be actually very good and very, very yummy. So I think if you love very sweet gourmands, I would say shop. And I will surely be that person who will shop it as well. Because I cannot walk by a caramel salty fragrance and not get it. So to me, Scandale de Parfum, I would say, is a shop. Next we've got another caramelly based fragrance that's gonna be slightly salty, and that is the newest Lancôme Idol, and this is Eau de Parfum Nectar. And I really don't know where that Nectar name comes from because it has nothing to do with nectar considering the notes, but okay. We have a lot of rose here, like 3 types of roses. We've got caramel, popcorn and vanilla in the dry down. And I must say, guys, there is something happening to that Idol range. I really hated the original, which my mom loves, but I hated it. Then the intense one was slightly better. Then they released Aura, which I really did like. It didn't last too long, but I really loved the fragrance, and it was also very salty. And now we have the Nectar version, which, you know, popcorn note. It's not that used in fragrances, but at the same time is a little bit cliche to me. But I must say this definitely intrigues me. I think it is definitely worth checking out. The longevity is supposed to be very, very good on this one. So I would say this one is a shop. I love the bottle and I will purchase it. I can promise you that I will purchase it because again, this is that note structure I cannot say no to, unfortunately. But in general, those Idol fragrances are getting better and better to my nose. You know, with every release, they are doing it better for me. So Nectar, I think, is definitely a shop. What do we have next? I have a lot of fragrances to go through, so I think maybe I should do another video like this. Of course, the one that I have talked about already, and I'm also getting it. I was away for quite a bit now, and then I was very sick, so I didn't order it just yet, but it's still in my basket, and that is Dolce & Gabbana, the one gold. And this is definitely a shop, guys. I have already reviewed it many times on this channel. Beautiful fruity patchouli fragrance, but that patchouli is Chef's Kiss, beautiful fragrance, very long lasting, great one. And the last one maybe that I will talk about today is Narciso Rodriguez Cristal version. And I must say, guys, I really love those cubes of Narciso. This one is considered to be white floral, musky, and it has quite a bit of freesia at the top, which I am not the biggest fan of. We do have quite a bit of white flowers, we have orange blossom, and as far as I see, the longevity is not the greatest on this one. But it does remind me slightly of the original cube, which was the white one, which is the best to this date, and they discontinued it, which is stupid, just stupid. So yes, this crystal one, to be completely honest with you, I would say this one is a drop. Nothing too interesting here. You know, if you want a good new release from Narciso, definitely go with Masque Noir Rose, that I love and cannot stop talking about. With this one, with the Cristal one, I would say it's definitely more of a drop than shop. But if you love those floral, pure, clean scents, I think it's still definitely worth checking out. If you're the fan of Narciso in general, check it out. But as the nose structure goes, as the performance goes, I would say it is a drop. So that is it for today, guys. Please let me know, maybe write me a comment which new release you want me to review, what fragrances do you want me to include in another video like this. I would love to make it a series. Again, I will do it at least every 2 months. Maybe once a month, we'll see. So I really hope you like it. Please let me know if that's the thing you wanted. Is that what you wanted? Thank you so much for watching, and guys, again, I'm releasing a fragrance which is incredible. I will tell you guys way more about it very soon, so stay tuned. And thank you once again, guys. Yeah, with all the thank yous and with all the, you know, nice things I want to say, I will wait still. This was just a droplet in the ocean of excitement. So yes, I will leave it at that and see you in my next one. Bye!